Gods among mortals, the pharaohs of ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt, a land of mystery and wonder. For over 3,000 years it thrived on the banks of the Nile. At the heart of this civilization were the pharaohs. Pharaohs were not just kings, they were considered gods. They were the living embodiment of Horus, the falcon god. Pharaohs held absolute power. They controlled all aspects of life and death. They commanded armies, built temples and made laws. The people believed the pharaohs ensured the balance of Ma'at. Ma'at represented order, truth and justice. The pharaoh's divine right to rule was absolute. It was passed down through hereditary lines. Each pharaoh was believed to be a descendant of the gods. This lineage connected them to the cosmic order. It legitimized their rule and instilled awe in their subjects. The pharaohs' lives were rituals and ceremonies. These rituals reinforced their divine status. From birth to death, their lives were dedicated to maintaining the prosperity of Egypt and its people. Wonders of stone and sand architectural achievements of a civilization. The pharaohs' power is evident in their monuments. Pyramids, temples and statues stand as testaments to their reign. These structures are not just impressive feats of engineering, they are expressions of ancient Egyptian beliefs and artistry. The pyramids are the most iconic symbols of ancient Egypt. They served as tombs for the pharaohs. The Egyptians believed in the afterlife. They built elaborate tombs filled with treasures. The pharaohs needed these things in the next world. Temples were dedicated to the gods. They were decorated with intricate carvings and paintings. These decorations depicted scenes from Egyptian mythology. They tell stories of the gods and goddesses. These temples were not just places of worship, they were also centers of learning and culture. The statues of pharaohs and gods are equally impressive. These statues were carved from stone. They were often colossal in size. They conveyed the power and majesty of the pharaohs. The statues also served a religious purpose. They were considered to be the dwelling place of the spirit. Ramses, the great warrior pharaoh and builder of kingdoms. One of the most famous pharaohs was Ramses II. He ruled Egypt for over 60 years. He is known as Ramses the Great. He was a great warrior and a prolific builder. Ramses II expanded the Egyptian empire through military campaigns. He fought battles in Nubia, Libya and Syria. Ramses II was also a great builder. He constructed many temples and monuments. His most impressive building project was the temple complex at Abu Simbel. Abu Simbel is a masterpiece of ancient Egyptian architecture. It was carved into the side of a cliff. It features 4 colossal statues of Ramses II. These statues are 66 feet tall. The temple is dedicated to the gods Ra-Horakhti, Amun and Ptah. Ramses II's reign marked the peak of Egyptian power and prosperity. His legacy as a warrior pharaoh continues to fascinate people today. He is remembered as one of the greatest rulers in human history. Section 4. The Serpent of the Nile, Cleopatra's reign and the twilight of an era. Centuries after Ramses II, Egypt faced new challenges. The Roman Empire was expanding. Cleopatra VII ascended to the throne. She was the last active pharaoh of ancient Egypt. Cleopatra was a shrewd politician. She was also known for her intelligence and beauty. She formed alliances with powerful Roman leaders. Cleopatra's most famous alliance was with Julius Caesar. Later she allied with Mark Antony. These alliances helped her maintain Egypt's independence. However, her reign was marked by political turmoil and intrigue. Cleopatra's story is one of ambition and tragedy. She fought to preserve her kingdom. However, she was ultimately defeated by the Romans. Her death in 30 BC marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty. It also signified the end of ancient Egyptian civilization as an independent entity. Cleopatra's legacy is complex. She is remembered as a powerful and intelligent woman. She is also seen as a symbol of Egypt's lost glory. Her story continues to captivate people's imaginations. Section 5. Journey to Eternity, Mummification, Tombs and the Afterlife. The ancient Egyptians believed in an afterlife. This belief permeated their culture. They believed that death was not the end, it was a transition to another realm. This belief is reflected in their elaborate burial practices. The most famous of these practices is mummification. Mummification was a complex process. It involved preserving the body. The Egyptians believed that the body needed to be preserved for the afterlife. The mummified body was placed in a sarcophagus. It was then buried in a tomb. The tombs were filled with treasures. The pyramids are the most famous tombs. These structures were built to protect the pharaohs. They were filled with everything a pharaoh would need in the afterlife. They contained food, furniture, clothes, and weapons. The pyramids were also decorated with paintings and carvings. These decorations depicted scenes from Egyptian mythology. The ancient Egyptians' beliefs about the afterlife may seem strange to us today. However, they reflect a deep desire for immortality. They provide a glimpse into a civilization that was obsessed with life, death, and the mysteries beyond.